Hey guys, it's your girl Nicky, and today I have a very, very special guest all the way from
Yo,
ATL.
yo.
Drumma Boy, are you in ATL too?
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh no, I know you're from Memphis, but I just want to know where you are.
Right now I'm currently in Miami.
Okay, so Drumma Boy is joining us from Miami, but my
He in my city.
Oh, okay. Major Myjah with me. How are you?
Wow, going. First of all, I want to say I appreciate you for getting it right. A lot of people think the J is silent. So just to clear it up, it's Major Myjah. The J is not silent. I jump in continue adihu. So I'm great.
Oh wow.
How about yourself?
I don't know how they could get that wrong, but okay. All right.
Because it's Spanish, because like a Spanish person would say Maya. So like, you get what I'm saying? Like the J would be silent. So I understand it, but I'm just, you got to clarify sometimes.
Right. Okay. So firstly, how are you?
I'm great. I've been just working, honestly, like working through COVID, getting music together, getting ready to pop back out,
Mm-hmm. How was your Christmas?
My Christmas was good. My Christmas was actually a little bit detached because my mom got COVID, and she's like the pillar of the community when it comes to cooking and everything. So it's kind of like a little like, what's the word? Like, it was kind of just like a little broken down Christmas, but it was a vibe. Like, me and my sister spent it together, and it was nice.
Okay, all right. Drumma, what about you? How was your Christmas?
Oh man, Christmas was excellent. I spent Christmas out here in Miami, something different. I wanted warm weather and a different type of food. We had some Mexican, like this Mexican style breakfast. We had some Cuban lunch. And for dinner, I think we had Italian.
No, that Cuban was busting.
Oh man, Cuban. I always go to this spot called Havana's, and in Miami off of Espanola Way, I think, or Washington. Yeah, right off Washington.
I think I know what spot you're talking about too.
Yeah, man, I love this Cuban spot, and it's always just bomb, great service, mojitos for drinks, and just different vibes.
I've never had Cuban food because I live in London, so there's not that much of like a Hispanic community like that here. So the way you're making it sound like me, anything about food, I think that's how you bribe me. You want me to do anything. If there's
food,
there's food involved, I will think about it twice, even if I don't want to do it. I'll think
just
about it.
Just like, hey, food, I'm a dead at.
Exactly. Yeah, like we got a party. We got a party next week. I might come. It's gonna be food.
I'll be like,
she gonna be there.
Fix me a plate, put it in like the oven, hide it from everybody else. I'm there. With some Hennessy too, I'm there.
Ooh.
I got you. She said that's the perfect combo.
Yeah, that's the get you in trouble combo.
Oh, I'm gonna get you in trouble. God.
So Major, let's come to you because you have so much going on right now. You've got a new single, which, by the way, I really, really do like, Crushin. So
Thank you so much.
Let's talk about the process for that. Of course, it was produced by Drumma Boy. How did you guys even get together for this song?
So actually, it's funny because, like, man, life is so great. Sometimes blessings will drop right on you in your own household. So I currently live at like a content house. And we were doing like this like challenge for the weekend or something. Like, we had a bunch of influencers come into town, and we were doing like this TikTok challenge, and Drumma happened to pull up, and that's when me and him first met. And it first started as like this challenge between me and a group of other writers to like do this like TikTok challenge, like who can make like the most like I guess it came down to like a song and the dance based on the influencers or whatever the case may be. But it was only going to be like a minute long. So we created it, and like I think a few weeks went by, and me and Drumma sat on the record, and we was just like, yo, this is special. We should finish this out. And so it just kind of like it materialized, and shout out to Drumma, bro. Like, Drumma's really been instrumental in, making it happen and showing so much love, and just, making sure we get these interviews and we get the single on the radio and making it move. So I got to say, man, it's such a blessing.
That's absolutely amazing. I love that. And can you just briefly explain for some of us, what's a contact house?
Oh, a content house. Like a content.
Oh, I thought you said contact.
Oh yeah, that sounds cool too. That's some new shit. We got to start it. But no, a content house would just be like, you know, like a group of maybe like influencers or just people who kind of like are socialites, do social media stuff. For us, it's called Sound House. So it's all about music. Like it's all musicians, artists, rappers. You know, you name it. If we do music, we vibe out, and we create content. So yeah.
Wow, I might need to write that down. That sounds like something we could make a thing over here. You know, just as sort of like if you want to call it a safe place, sorry, to just share your creativity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So music journey wise for you, when did you start to feel like, do you know what, music is your thing and you want to pursue it?
It's kind of funny because my dad always says this. He always says like music found me. I didn't really find music. Like, you know, both my dad and my mom was in music from an early age. So just being around it, like I was just, you know, since I was young, I was around Freddie McGregor and all of them. And I was just around a lot of the Marleys, you know, my dad, my mom was managing artists and putting on festivals, and just I think I just always got swept up in it. Like I always was trying to perform for somebody. Like when me and my mom would go in the mall, like I'm in this store. I don't even think the store exists, but there was like what is the name of the store? There was like this music store anyways at the time, this record shop. And like I would just disappear, and like they're looking for me for hours, cops looking for me. It's just a crowd around me. I'm dancing like somewhere randomly in a record stop. Like that's just my story. Like I've always just been super tapped into music. And when I was 4, I got my stage name because Freddie McGregor was in the backyard making songs, freestyling and stuff. And I was like, Uncle Freddie, I could freestyle. And ever since then, they've been calling me Major Myjah. So it's kind of like just, man, I can't really name a date where I was like, ooh, I'm going to do music. It was just like.
And then it was a journey that started for you from very early on, from very young.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope you don't mind me saying, but I think it will be good to know that your dad is actually Bounty Killer.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
And like,
when I run from that, I will let us say that. I've said something about that.
You know, sometimes if people have like a relation or someone that's like, you know, you don't really know if they want to bring it up or not. So I just thought that's kind of cool for the viewers and listeners to know.
It's funny because I think earlier in my career I was a little bit more cautious about that.
Okay.
And not, especially because what me and my dad do is so different that it's like I don't want somebody to perceive me being him and then not be able to be like, oh, well, he's not DJing or whatever the case may be. But I feel like as I get older and I'm getting more into my roots and my lineage and my legacy, it's like I stand on that. Like I'm proud of that. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's a great thing. So
it definitely is, and I'm definitely with you. I totally understand where you're coming from. But then your sound right now is very current. You've got a nice little flavor of like little hip hop R&B vibe going on. So did you feel like it was something that you had to do to have that sound, you know, away from what you're used to? Because obviously your dad does the more dancehall bashment type reggae thing, but then is that something that is just more fitting for you rather than you purposely going?
Yeah, I think it was just always natural for me because I mean, like I grew up around the culture. Obviously my mom's Jamaican and we all know what Jamaican mothers do for the household, right? So I know the culture like the back of my hand. But to be honest, I grew up in America. I grew up in Miami. I grew up in LA, spent a lot of time in Atlanta. So like, you know, I grew up listening to Usher, Let It Burn, and I grew up listening to the Beatles and just so much random different types of music that it's like, you know,
would you say
you guys will hear when I really tap into that bag as well as far as like the Caribbean dancehall patois. But and even on Crushin, there's a little bit of it in there if you could spot it out. But I just think it's natural to me to kind of like, you know, find my way through all of it.
So would you say your taste in music is more versatile?
Yeah, definitely. I listen to all different types of music.
Yeah, and it definitely applies to your style of music also that you actually do.
Yeah. For sure. For
sure. So growing up, like music has rapidly changed. So like, do you feel that as you're coming up and am I correct in saying you've recently signed a deal also?
No, I haven't recently signed a deal. I've been. Say it again.
You haven't done a deal yet.
No, I was signed when I was like 16. And then I did another deal with this collective called Ghost, which I'm not sure that a lot of people are really familiar with, but and I'm still currently in that deal right now, signed to Atlantic. So yeah.
Okay. So with that, do you feel like you know your place now that you're coming into music, because you've been around music and you've had this journey already? Do you feel like you know your place in sort of like the industry musically? Because and where I'm going with that, I feel like music has changed so rapidly, especially in the genre that you've chosen, you know, the hip hop R&B type of thing. You have so many different types of artists in those genres. Do you feel like you know where you fit in there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's forever changing, and like I think I'm forever changing, so I don't see a problem with it. I think like when people get stuck, like one thing that I think I'm super happy with about my music today, and a lot of it isn't out, and we'll be seeing a lot more of it in 2022, and so on and so forth. But like I'm really proud of the fact, like the futurism in my music. I think I've managed to take everything I did when I was younger, take all of my influences or my take my love for the music and transmute it into something that's digestible for people today and how they listen to music today. And thank God for being young and youthful and just like, tapping in and staying locked into what I do. I think musically, like I definitely, as versatile as I listen to music, I am musically. So there's a lot of different waves you're gonna catch from me, but I think like the lane, I've been carefully sculpting the lane for the last couple of years. So I'm excited to release it and see how people take to it, especially given the market changes.
Definitely. One thing you see, it's weird that you said market changes right at the end. Now, this is a question that I've been wanting to ask so many people that do music and the people that, I've been able to involve. So you see this TikTok trend. Obviously, social media, I think, is a great driving force for new artists and just music in general. Because me, myself, that especially on TikTok, I'm going to use specifically, there's all these challenges where I don't know the song. I will actually go and search it and download it or stream it. So one thing that I have heard, especially on the internet and listening to podcasts, is that a lot of people at the same time think that, viral video challenges may not be good for music. So for you, if you, let's say, for example, there was a young person, heard one of your tracks, Crushin, for example, and thought, I'm going to start a challenge or the video using the song went viral, how would you feel about that?
No, I mean, I think it's a great tool. Like, I mean, it's kind of like a weird contradiction, right? Because like, I think the hardest thing that I've had to adjust to music, and maybe it's just kind of like a general life thing, is attention span. And I think with TikTok and stuff like this, the attention span gets shorter and shorter and shorter. And it kind of gets tough, because as an artist, you realize sometimes that as much as we can put into maybe one song, or as much as we can put into an album or a project, like it gets easily overshadowed because people aren't paying as much attention because there's so much stuff to pay attention to.
Right.
And I think if anybody can draw a clear like negative narrative from social media or TikTok or anything, it would be that. But other than that, like especially as an artist who maybe hasn't reached the pinnacle of popularity, like anything that makes my music discoverable is beautiful and a tool. And it's two sides to every single coin, but like I choose to look at things from a positive angle. I'm just not like that, like immersive when it comes to like TikTok and stuff like that. Like I'm not like the super social media campaign dude. Like,
okay.
I love seeing it. I want to see people like interact with my stuff.
Right.
I just think it's like one of those things where like my first thought is not like, okay, oh, I just did a hot record, let me get on here and like, you know. So
yeah. But what if you saw somebody like, you know, somebody else doing something with your music and it caused it to go viral?
Yeah, I think that would be beautiful. Super dope. Like I have nothing but gratitude. I repost that shit every day.
Because that's what I just wanted to get, because when I hear all these different opinions on how music is shared these days, I've heard it's been very 50-50, but then me in the middle, I'm just thinking, oh, I kind of like that. I think that it would be good, you know, for certain people or certain artists, especially new artists and people who have a bigger following. That's what I thought. So I thought, do you know what? Whenever like I get to meet an artist and get to interview them, this is something I definitely want to throw out there, because I'm thinking, is it good or is it bad? But then maybe I just don't understand the other viewpoint.
Right.
I'm not an artist. I can't sing for shit. So that's something I'm never gonna understand.
I just think it comes down to like a lot of times with these TikTok campaigns, your songs get reduced to like 15 seconds. And it's like that's the 15 seconds that everybody knows and they pay attention to.
Right.
I think it really depends on how much people actually enjoy the music for them to be like, oh, I'm gonna go listen to this whole song because I really like this song. But outside of that, I definitely think for new artists, it's important to be discoverable. So.
Right. And I'm with you on that one, because I do understand the whole 15-second thing. But okay, at least I know what someone else feels about this now. So for you, 2022, we've got a few days left going into the new year.
Right.
What is 2022 saying for you? Like, what are the things that you're going to be hitting and focusing on in the new year?
Well, I'm definitely focused on self-growth, first of all, just as a human being. Like, that's just like number one for me, making sure my mental is solid. But I think as an artist, like, next year is super important for me to just like release music and, you know, pay attention to the markets that's fucking with me and like, you know, keep providing to those markets. And I think like, for me, man, like I really love music a lot and I really love creating like, I really love creating in all different spaces. So I think like what you'll see from me is just kind of like, you know, a lot of hard hitting shit, a lot more R&B, hip hop waves, which is kind of different from what I was doing when I was younger. A lot more features.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I hope touring comes back so that, you know, we could get some live shows for real.
I was going to say, is there, when you brought up features, is there anybody that you would like to feature with like ASAP? If you had to pick like right now, someone that you'd want to feature with?
Rihanna.
You know what, Auntie Rihanna, do you know what? I hope that gets to happen one day, because at least she'll have music coming out somehow, because we haven't heard nothing in ages. And I'm even tired of the Twitter argument around that now. So I'm from the UK, obviously based in London. The UK is growing so rapidly music-wise. Is there any artist or anyone that you've heard of or got your eye on in the UK that you might think, okay, you might want to reach out there?
Man, I wish I had this answer on the top of my mind, and I don't want to say anything because there are some people, but I don't have them at the top of my head. So I don't want to just say names. But I actually have been having my eye on a few different people. Me and one of my closest homies, Crash, we talk about this a lot. It's kind of like getting over there because I've never been to London. And I really want to come out to the UK and visit. I think the culture will be so dope. I'm definitely gonna hit you up, Nicky, when I'm out there. We bill flex and eat our food, you see it. Come on. Fish and chips and them sitting there.
Literally, they just opened a new fish and chip shop right on the end of my road.
Okay.
So yeah, don't worry. When you come, I got you.
Yeah, you gotta take me to the spots, you know. But what I did want to say though, what I wanted to say is like, for 2022 though, we got that Crushin video dropping top of the year. So that's coming. It's on the way. It's on the way.
All right. So we've got someone that joined us called Jay. Who's Jay?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Somebody's in the call called Jay. Who's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize somebody else was in here.
No.
Oh, Jay. Okay, got you. That's a part of my management team.
Oh, okay. Hey, Jay. Yeah. Hi. How are you? It's been like 10 minutes, and I'm like, who's Jay?
Got you.
I'm just like, who's Jay? So 2022, so you're working on self-growth, which I think is beautiful. Crushin video. I hope that comes out like by February at least.
oh, it's definitely coming. It's on the way. Like it's in route.
Okay, cool.
For sure.
It's New Year type.
Yeah, for sure. Top of the year, we banging them out for sure.
And then hopefully you want to get out on the road, probably some touring, possibly international touring as well. Definitely. I think that sounds really good because you're a young man, you're in your prime, the music is great. I just really hope that people...
Thank you so much.
Oh no, listen, honestly, I really hope that people get to see and understand you as an artist and drawing that fan base so that big things can continue happening. Again, music is growing. There's new artists every day. And one thing I love about what I do is getting to meet all the new people, everyone that's grinding super hard for, their stuff to pop off.
Yeah, it's a lot of new artists. I'm really excited for next year, man. I'm excited to see how I fit into the market. I'm excited to see who else drops. I got a couple friends dropping some music as well that's gonna be fire, and like I said, some features from me and some features, that I'm on other people's projects and stuff like that. I got some Cali shit dropping. I got a little something for every market. Like I got some for my Jamaicans. I got some for my Cali folk. I got some for all my dogs in Atlanta. I got something for everywhere. Like, and I think the UK gonna love all of it because y'all really real fans of music. So we coming to the UK this year for sure. That's on my bucket list. Like I literally said that as my affirmation. Was like, I'm going to the UK this year.
You have to come to London, especially like you said, the music scene. You have to do it. There is one question I do want to ask you. So your dad, Bounty Killer, did a very good verses with Beanie Man, which I missed because of the time zone difference. I missed this. I had to catch the highlights. So it was a very huge verses and a very good one from what I saw. If you could do a verses with anybody, who would it be?
Well, I'll be playing mad unreleased songs, so it wouldn't be fair. I'll still kill some of these niggas. I ain't even gonna tattoo you down.
It could be anyone. Like, who would you think that?
Damn, bro, who would I do a verses with?
Not even if you could take them down.
I think if I could do a verses, I would probably do a verses with Beam or somebody, because Beam is Papa San's son, and I think it should be somebody who's equally like as kind of like still popping out as me, I mean, he's got like shit that's like on Bieber's album and all different type of stuff, but like I think that would be cool for the culture to see. Like just to see like two legends, sons going against each other. But shout out Beam though. I fuck with him heavy.
I love that answer actually. I love that. I feel like you could have said anything else, but then I like your thinking around that and why you think that would be good. That would be absolutely amazing.
Ask me again next year though. It'll be different. For sure.
So next year it might just be something where I just go, seriously.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just gotta pop out a little bit first. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna gun nobody down. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hurt no feelings or nothing. Pop out first.
Where are you now? You in the studio right now? Is that?
Yeah, I'm in my home studio in Atlanta.
So you were just forever working.
Bro, I literally have not gone to sleep. I was working literally till like 7 a.m. Then I got my hair done, and now I'm here. So like, I haven't gone.
So you're a worker. I love to see that. Absolutely love it. Drumma Boy, come to you just for the last 2 minutes that we've got.
Yes, sir. Big Drum. Shout out.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
What's good?
Drumma Boy, what about you? First of all, I feel very privileged, not even just to have you, Major, here, but then also you, Drumma Boy, because like like a respected producer. Can I tell you something funny? I don't know if it's gonna be funny, because sometimes I think I'm completely not. So I remember do you know the first time I ever heard of Drumma Boy? It was like in the weirdest way possible.
How was it on the radio, in the club? How you hear about me?
No, it wasn't. Do you know what? I was watching Nick Cannon's Wild 'N Out, and I think we're in the audience, and then Nick Cannon said, yeah, we have Drumma Boy in here, and then he was like, you're a Starboy producer, and I went, ooh, let me Google. Like, I'm a loser like that. If I hear someone getting bigged up, I'll be like, okay, who's this person? And I will grab my phone and start Googling. So that's how I first knew Drumma Boy.
That's crazy, man. Shout out to Nick Cannon. Shout out to Wild 'N Out, definitely, for having me on there. I think the first time I went on there was when Machine Gun Kelly performed at the end.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I don't remember if that was the same one, because I remember he shouted you out right at the beginning, and then I was like, oh, okay. And then I did my Googles, and I said, okay.
Yeah. Right. If it was at the beginning, that might have been an episode with Erykah Badu on there.
Maybe could have been.
I was like sitting with Erykah Badu.
He's in all the vibes. He's wilding out everywhere. He's wilding. What you mean? Come on, all the vibes.
So, Drumma Boy, you are a legend. I think we can definitely say that you've worked with some of the biggest people in the industry, from like Rick Ross to T.I. To be honest, I just picked out all the people that I like first. So 20
Drake.
This is like literally the biggest and the baddest people. Like, and now you've added
Drake.
You have those too. So now you've added a Major to your roster of like people that you've worked with. What is next for you in the new year? What can we expect from you?
Man, y'all follow my Instagram at Drumma Boy Fresh. I'm still in shock. I'm honored. I'm privileged to announce one of the first movies I'm acting in. I just posted this. I've been taking acting classes on the low for about 5 or 6 years. And
First of all, hold up.
Drumma,
I'm mad because, bro, how we gonna be doing this whole single, bro? I've been knowing you for about a year now, bro. I ain't never known you was about to drop a movie. Come on, dog, big up, bro.
Man, I'm in a movie. I'm not dropping the movie, but somebody, the movie company's dropping the movie that I'm a part of. Shout out to EMG. Shout out to Terry D Films. The name of the movie is 17 Days. I just posted it on my Instagram at Drumma Boy Fresh. And I'm acting in the movie. I did some songs for the soundtrack, and I also scored some things in the movie. And just been more involved in movies. Like, I come from orchestra. One of the first pieces of music I learned, my dad was in the orchestra, my mom was in the opera. So before trap music, before hip hop, before anything, I was Beethoven, Mozart, Sebastian, Bach, and things of that nature, and was like, man, my dad lives his whole life playing other people's music. And I respect that, but I wanted to write my own music. I wanted to be Beethoven. So I became Drumma Boy. I wanted to be Mozart. So I became Drumma Boy. I wanted to be Bach, and Quincy Jones is like one of the #1 guys I look up to. Being able to play clarinet, violin, piano, you know, and can read, write, arrange, compose is way bigger than trap. You know, when I started doing trap music, it was like, this is the hood, this is the community I'm in. You know, I come from Memphis, Tennessee. I spoke on that. Yeah. And I'm from this small little neighborhood in South Memphis called Black Haven. And it's just like hard circumstances coming up in Memphis. And, you know, for me to work with different artists, I had to start right there in my backyard. And that's what I tell people. Like, I didn't start off working with Drake and Jeezy and Jay-Z and all these people. I didn't even go after them. I didn't even seek after those people. They sought after me. Wow. Once I made my neighborhood pop, once I made the cats around me pop, I made a genre into what, you know, the family of the orchestra and real musicians laughed upon. You know, we would tell people, man, where you at? Trap was a location. My older brother was like literally in the trap. Like, this is how we hustle, get our money.
Right.
You sell whatever you sell, get rid of whatever you get rid of, just keeping it a buck with you. So coming from that, I made the best out of who I was around.
Wow.
And we turned that into a genre. I came up with a guy by the name of Yo Gotti. First song I did with Yo Gotti was, when you see me, shawty, pop your collar, then you holler, that's what's up. What up, drummer? Hey, what up, mama? One of the biggest hood anthems in the streets. So you would have to be in the streets to understand where I come from in that world. You know what I mean? And pay them my way. A lot of people think I'm from Atlanta because they know I put on for my city. They know Get to Shaking Something because that's what Drumma produced it for, by Drake. You know the big records, but you don't know my underground. You don't know my street records. You don't know none of this. Jeezy was a fan of me and Gotti.
Okay.
Gotti was the first trap rapper I worked with. Okay. And back then, when trap rappers were first talking about trap, you had to really be about what you was rapping about.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was only Gotti, T.I., Jeezy, and Gucci, period. That's the trap Mount Rushmore, period. And I'm on all of them. I came up with all of them. Okay. I'm a part of their growth. I'm a part of their foundation. I'm a part of their stability. And I'm a part of their success and fame. So to me, that's what kind of separated me, because I got relationships. When I call certain guys, they pick up the phone. It ain't like, oh, I'm just on their album, or I just got a producer placement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my involvement is way bigger than the beat. You know what I mean? It's giving ideas, it's giving cadences, it's coming up with hook ideas, it's mixing certain people in rooms that these people would never be around. When I put Waka in the studio with Wale and Roscoe Dash, everybody was laughing at me. Nah, man, you know, we some street. We real street. You know what I'm saying? Street ninjas. Like, okay, y'all need these females that Roscoe got. You need some of this female following Wale got. You know what I'm saying? And Waka had Hard in the Paint. I go hard in the paint. What you think? Yeah, that's cool. Big club record. It's cool. I don't make publishing off of club records. I make publishing off of hits. So, okay, that's cool, but like, girl, drop it to the floor. I love the way your booty go. It's another 30 minutes over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I do, is just make the best with what I got. You know what I mean? And I was known with turning nothing into something. And that's why everybody came after me and continue to come after me, whether I'm dealing with movies, artists, whether I'm an A&R, executive, producer, lifetime coach, consultant, therapist. The titles don't mean nothing. It's about getting the job done, producing the results. Facts. And that's what I do.
Facts.
God.
That is big facts. The title doesn't mean anything. It's about producing the results. Do you know what? I might even just quote that in the in the bio when
You're not lying.
So
let's go.
Year we can definitely expect a movie. I think that's so good, because one thing about, especially when you're in the entertainment industry, sometimes you do want to cross over and do certain things. And to be honest, listening to that, I kind of feel like I should have taken my music career seriously. Maybe I could have been in the same thing. I don't know, because you see, when you say classical, when I was in like year six, I was 10 years old. I used to play the cello, and I stopped taking it. I was so passionate about music, but then I just stopped taking it seriously. But then I think it's because my mom just used to say I used to make too much noise in the house. So
but you're still
that was motivation. Yeah, my mom used to tell me that, turn that shit down. If you don't this and that, woo. But it motivated me to get my own. Yeah. And then it's like mothers. Ironically, you got to look at how much money mama done spent on their sons or their daughters or their children. So I understood my mama's not a money hungry person. I don't think any parent is just money hungry, but yeah, they would like some of them reparations for all that money that you spent on their career. So the minute I started hitting my mama with $500 here, $1,000 here, she was cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, huh, mom? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm making money off of this. This. I'm really,
this is
like,
real.
Parents got to see that it's progress being made. Yeah. And the only progress that you can make is by making some money. You know what I mean? In my book, and my mom would always say, if you can make it out of Memphis or make it in Memphis, you can make it anywhere, because it's the city people love to hate. So people going to go to your show and hate on you. People going to go to to the studio, man, them beats sorry. Them beats suck. You know what I mean? And just having those people who were honest with me and tell me, man, that sucks. That's horrible. Man. That's not good.
That's important.
That's what motivates.
That's so important.
Inspires. Yeah, you need that fuel to your fire, because most of the fighters, if you didn't have nothing to fight for, you weren't gonna knock nobody out. You couldn't be a boxer and you ain't have nothing to fight for. You come from the suburbs, you got everything you want as a kid, you spoiled. A lot of those kids don't work for nothing.
That's so
you know what I mean? Everything was given to them. So they don't know how to get out there and get it on their own. You know what I mean? And for me, I was on my own at 13, 14. So it was different. I had to prove to my parents. Those were my first haters. You know what I mean? They want me to go to college. They want me to get degrees. They want me to this and that. I get kicked out of college. Quincy Jones got kicked out of college. Does that mean I'm gonna be homeless just because I got kicked out of college? No, I'm gonna be the biggest producer in the world. That's how I felt. And I'm on my way to doing that in different ways. We got our first #1 reggae record with Dexter Daps. Shout out to DeVito, Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with Bounty Killer. I didn't even know this is Bounty Killer's son. That's how genuine I am. I just knew he was a kid with a gift and he's talented. You know what I mean? We were doing a TikTok challenge. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm at shout out to Soundhouse headquarters. I'm not getting paid to produce. I pull all my equipment from my studio. The only time I break down my equipment and take my equipment anywhere is when I'm getting paid. I didn't get paid $1.
Right.
And we over here at the Soundhouse content creating, making music and making beats. You know what I mean? Okay. And that's when you make the biggest history in life.
Facts. Drumma cooked that shit right on the spot.
I feel like I had this big moment. We just heard a word. That's what I feel like, because you see, when you're saying, especially giving back to parents, because with me, like my family, we're African. Like my family were originally from Ghana. So when I was growing up, it's like you must go to school, you must go to university, like exceed all the educational opportunities. And then you must be a lawyer or a doctor, some sort of a scientist, something like that. And then I chose a career working with young people, which I absolutely love, because I help young people, like I contribute to their lives every single day. And then on the other side of my coin, I get to work with people like you, get to create content, I get to entertain people, things like that. I remember I was 25 when I first started presenting. It's something I always wanted to do, but I was so scared to come out and say it, especially to my dad. And my dad is like my biggest supporter. So I remember I was doing an internship at a radio station, and my dad was like, we were on the phone, he said, where are you going at this time? And I went, do you know what, Dad? I want to be a presenter. I've started the internship. This is how it's going. And then it was kind of quiet, and he went, oh, that's really good. And I went, what? So I've been hiding this for like 3 months for no reason.
The weight off your shoulder.
Literally, if you go on my Instagram, you'll see my dad in my comments. Literally, my dad is in my comments. He even listened to my podcast that I dropped 2 weeks ago. And I was so scared. But then is that motivation? Is that course to keep running? 5 years in, I'm going to turn 30 in the new year, and it's still going, because like I said, I get to thank you. I get to meet people like you. I get to entertain. I get to produce my own content. And really and truly, that's all I want to do. Like, I worked for a very long time without getting paid from it. And do you know what? I was okay. The reason why I was okay is because I was doing something that I had a calling for. So.
And I was going to say this, like earlier you said something about, I wish I took music more serious. You are taking music serious, and you're very passionate about it, and we can see it. It shines through. So. I just wanted to say, like, no, I see the love, and I see it, because it's like a lot of people, they don't dork out on this, and that's why I say, like the thing about it is, like, when you put it in that microcosm of 15 seconds, it's so easy to just look at a dance and be like, don't. But like how we love music, how we can sit here and talk and build on it, and talk about the from the trap to the South to Jamaica to the UK, and how we love music, like it's just a different end still. So
it really is, and
it's appreciated. It's really appreciated, man.
Are different, so we can always, especially in a conversation like this, everyone's all in different cities right now, and I just feel like we can definitely contribute something. And for me, that's all it is. This is me showing my work and what I can do. But thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Thank you. So guys, I'm gonna let you go. Everyone, I want you to drop your @ drop your Instagram. Major, you go first, please.
Man, mine is at Major.Myjah, so it'll be MAJOR.MYJAH. On all my social media, it'll be Major Myjah. So y'all go tap in with me, man. We just dropped that new Crushin video about to drop. 2022 is about to be epic. Man, love y'all so much. Appreciate you so much, Nicky.
No worries. Drumma, and you?
Absolutely. At Drumma Boy Fresh, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everything. Also check out my app, Drumma Boy, the official app, and the website is drummaboy.com.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
And I'm your girl, Nicky. So I'm going to drop this interview on the new, I should say, YouTube channel, and I'm going to use this as bonus content on the SoNicky podcast, which is available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So you guys hang around for when I cut the recording. But for everyone that's tuned in, whether you listened or you watched this, thank you so much. Please go and stream the new single Crushin right now. Follow Major Myjah.
Yes, sir.
On all their socials. We really appreciate your love, guys. See ya.
Big love.
Much love. Respect.
Thank you.